Ugh, it's so damn hot. Milk was a bad choice. I'm Batman! No, it is hot. It is very hot. My voice is not going to appreciate that. But I'm here drinking ice cold Pepsi, almost naked. The fan is not on because I'm commentating and that's unprofessional, but I thought on this gloriously hot day I would bring you a commentary against Morrow from my Twitter. And I took Twitter requests for battles because the Smoke and Battle Finder is still, you know, 6 feet under. I don't know what's happened to it, but it's just seemed to have vanished from existence. But RU is pretty cool. I thought, let's get some RU and UU battles in there, as well as some NU. So first turn, he leads off with Alcide, and I'm going to go with my Flareon because it takes on either this thing or Typhlosion, which I figured would probably lead. And he's got the FF12 theme going on there. I don't really get half of the names for why they're associated with those things, but hey, whatever. I kind of get Wraithwall, like the Tomb of Wraithwall. It's like a Egyptian tomb. I don't know. There's some resemblance to the names, but it's FF12. It's a cool game. I get the references. It's quite nice. Anyways, I am going to go into my Bayonet here because I figure, okay, let's keep the offensive momentum going. Going to go to Bayonet. Try and sub up to see if he wants to go into his Tangrowth to take any hits, but he seems pretty content on staying in because, you know, Slowking can definitely take one Shadow Claw. If this was like anything in NU, like a Gardevoir or I don't know what else, like any Psychic or Ghost type in NU would die to a Bayonet Shadow Claw, but now I figure, okay, that's done pretty good damage. He's probably going to want to go to his Tangrowth on this turn to take the hit, so I'm going to play it offensively again. Going to go straight to my Aselgor. Aselgor? Aselgor's easier to say. Let's go for a sub on the switch to his Manectric once again. And the fact that he outspeeds here, I figured it was probably Scarf because of the damage on my Flareon, but I go for sub just to see what he locks himself into. And he is going to Volt Switch out into the Typhlosion. That is fine by me. Now the Aselgor here I've got is a Substitute Life Orb 3 attack set. Normally Sub and Life Orb is a terrible idea, but I think I've got Giga Drain just to gain back some HP, so you know, I'm kind of alright with using Sub Life Orb as long as you have like Giga Drain or Drain Punch, so back in comes the Manectric, and I don't know if I'd OHKO with Bug Buzz, so I decided to go for a Giga Drain just to get some HP back because looking at his team, like he said himself, Aselgor is like the bane of this team's existence. This thing's amazing, like I think it's really weird how Aselgor and what do you call it? The Knight thing, the spears, the really slow one. The name escapes me completely. Escavalier, that's the one. Escavalier. It's so weird that they're both in the same tier, and they have both the same sort of weird evolution line, but they're both really great Pokemon for their own reasons, but now I go into my Flareon because I can easily take an Overheat, and he might try and double out into something, predicting that, but I felt pretty safe. But now he's obviously going to go to Kabutops, and I do not want to stay in there. Superpower is going to do a decent amount, but not too much. So I decide just to play it safe and Baton Pass out. Go into my rotom-cut, and I can just go straight for a Leaf Storm on whatever comes in. That is pretty cool. Get this thing out of the way. That is a big threat. Manectric messes up my teams greatly. You'll see in a battle I've got coming up fairly soon that Manectric does cause me a lot of trouble. But in comes the Gallade, and this thing causes me a lot more trouble, to be honest. Like, I go for a Will-O-Wisp thinking, okay, well, I'll probably outspeed, I can just burn this thing and easily take any single hit. But no, he is faster, so I guess he has some speed investment, or I guess this thing probably has higher base speed than Rotom anyway. That is a defensive Rotom, by the way, fully specially defensive. So I go into my Flareon, just go for a couple of flame charges, but seeing that he's going to just Toxic Storm me to death by keep going for sub, I kind of figure, okay, let's go to Sigilyph. Maybe he doesn't have anything to actually really hit me with. If he's dual stab, then he doesn't. But no, it turns out he does have the Night Slash, which I guess is needed for the coverage. But I don't even break the sub with a +1 Signal Beam, which really surprised me. I know it has good special bulk, but I guess, you know, he has fully invested in special defense and HP, so a non-stab signal beam's not going to be able to take out the sub, which is... yeah, that's fine, whatever. I mean, I can go to Bayonet. Since Flareon outsped, I can definitely outspeed with Bayonet. So I go for Shadow Claw, take out the sub, and from there I can just go for a Facade. I don't know why he bulks up on this turn. I guess he thought he could take it a lot better, but... one does not simply take a Facade from a Guts-boosted Flareon. Well, he did, but you know what I'm saying. Now, he goes to Slowking. I thought this was weird as hell at the time, but the only thing I can think of is he predicted me to go for Superpower, predicting his Kabutops to come in, which does actually make sense. Like, he's on the next level prediction there, but I didn't even think of that, to be honest. But in comes said Kabutops. I don't know if I can take an Aqua Jet from there, because Kabutops is pretty damn powerful, and I assume Aselgor's physical defense is terrible. Just looking at its design, I don't even know its base stats, but I'm gonna go straight to Rotom because I can take any single hit. Even if he goes for Stone Edge now, I can probably live, so just gonna go for that Will-O-Wisp, try and get it burnt. Doesn't hit, not a problem, go for it next turn anyway, and this Tangrowth can't really do too much to me. Like, HP Fire does less than a quarter. Rotom's actually pretty damn good as a special war. But he is going to put me to sleep. This is a bit of a problem because he can now go to Kabutops and try and set up on me if he does have the Sword Stance. But it turns out either he doesn't or he thinks he can OHKO me from there, which, to be fair, he almost does. Like, Life Orb, Stone Edge, definitely do not underestimate Kabutops. But I go for a Discharge. Luckily I do wake up, otherwise that would have been pretty bad for me. Take him out from there. Now this thing comes back in. Obviously, he can't go for a sub, so, you know, I'm lucky in that regard. But he is going to be able to take me out there with a Night Slash, but... who needs Rotom? Who needs it? I still got a Selgor, still got my something else, I think. It might just be a Selgor left, but... what more do you need, really? Go for a Bug Buzz, I'm going to take that out from there, and... he has Tangrowth left, but I don't know if I can OHKO it, so just going to go for a sub for a bit more burn damage. And then next turn, it is just a case of, let's see if I can kill it with Bug Buzz. I don't know, Tangrowth's special defense, probably nowhere near as good as its physical defense, but go for that modest Life Orb Bug Buzz, and the health is going down, and yes, that is a clean kill by a Selgor, which is lucky because Kabutops could have done, you know, jack all to it, you know? Rock Slide, Aqua Jet, and then like Rapid Spin, and one other move, I think. It's like a fully defensive Kabutops, so I doubt I could have done much to it. But that was a great game. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoying RU and UU at the moment, actually. NU I'm still playing, but I'm more sort of interested in playing those two tiers at the moment. But like I said, I'll be bringing you probably a mixture of them, so hope you all enjoyed. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.